Fortnite removed this battle pass feature. Hey, what's up guys, Mentor here, and yes, as you all know from my previous video, which I talked about the pros and cons of the newest battle pass that came out in Chapter 6 Season 4, I alluded to one other negative that I wanted to talk about, and this is the video. For those who are unaware, especially at the very beginning of this season, Epic decided to remove the auto claim feature from Fortnite's pass system that was introduced inside of Chapter 6. And today I want to talk about it here because a lot of people are pissed off, myself included. I don't know how else to really put it. We're just gonna hop right into it. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel with the bell turned on so you don't miss any more reviews from me. Also, don't forget to drop a like on the video if you guys happen to enjoy the content, and make sure to use code METAL5 in the Fortnite item shop as it helps out the channel tremendously. But ladies and gentlemen, let's hop right into the video. And I'm pretty sure people are probably wondering, why was this removed? Why did they remove a feature that really didn't cause any harm in the Fortnite community, that was actually a really helpful thing for players to actually progress through their battle passes, or just in general, all four of the passes that we have currently available right now? Well, your guess is as good as mine, because we never got an actual explanation or a reasoning as of why Epic removed this. And here's the craziest part. They didn't remove it at the beginning of Season 4. They actually removed it on the final update of Chapter 6 Season 3. So no one really noticed that this was implemented into the game up until this most recent season, to when they drop 3 brand new passes on us, and that's when this ugly change showed its face. Now in the lobby, you would actually see this whole rewards claim tab right here that shows it right next to your level in your XP, which I do like that little feature to where it goes like, hey, you got rewards that you can claim right now. But man, oh man, the way that they actually make you do this is just really dumb. Essentially, you have to go to every single pass individually, you click on it, and then you actually have to click another button to then claim the rewards that you are currently at right now. So I'm showing footage of me doing this right now, and as you can see, I get a few rewards over here, and like, you guys can see just how really weird and convoluted it was. Now, I know it's only a few extra button presses, but this was a change that never needed to happen. This sounds like something that they would have done back in Chapter 5, when they were doing all those horrible, disgusting changes that didn't need to happen. This is one of those cases to where it is a pointless change that doesn't actually improve on the problem or the solution that they're trying to fix here, but it makes it worse and you piss off your player base. And that is essentially what they have done. Online, I've been seeing it everywhere, especially at the very beginning of this season. A lot of people have been pissed off that the auto claim feature has been removed, because it was a great way to progress through the passes all at once. But now you have to go into every single one of them individually to claim the rewards, which in my opinion is a horrible idea. Is this the only way for them to actually get people to look in the battle pass? Because I don't think that's really a good incentive for people to go like, hey, I want to go check out the battle pass and see what it is. Everyone checks out the new passes in general at the very beginning of a season, but the worst part about it is that they drop 3 of them. As I just said earlier in this video, they drop 3 passes on the same day. That's when people have an issue with this, especially to when the auto claim feature was a perfectly fine feature to have. It was a nice quality of life change in Fortnite. So why remove it and give us a backwards version of this system that actually works worse than the previous one? I don't really understand why they went in this direction, and just makes things more convoluted. It's just really stupid that they would change something like this just for the sake of change, as like what they did in Chapter 5 when they were removing rarities for cosmetics for absolutely no reason by saying that they were outdated, when we all know that the reason why they probably removed them is to buff up the pricing of these cosmetics. Let's be real with that. Or hell, them changing the locker UI to make it look so bad that they barely change anything after so many people complained about it and were criticizing just how poorly executed the locker UI was. I wouldn't say that the auto claim feature being removed from the battle pass system is like the worst thing they've ever done. I am not saying that right now, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. This is the first major L I have seen Epic take with cosmetics during this chapter. And that's saying something, because they've been releasing kicks non-stop in the item shop, which are just stupidly overpriced. But I completely digress here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a feature that should have just stayed in the game, in my opinion. it had no reason for it to be removed, and it leaves us, the community, with more questions than answers, as we don't have a single answer to this other than them saying that they were removing a text point for the autoclaim feature back in late July, which in my opinion was a very odd thing to say, and was also just a big middle finger to everybody who likes grinding these passes at a nice steady pace, because now you got to go into the passes and obviously claim it individually. Which, here's what I'm gonna say: if they're going to keep in this feature, make it so that you press the button once and all the passes that have available cosmetics to get are instantly granted to you, meaning that you don't have to go through every single pass individually to claim those said rewards. I think that would actually be a great change to this, and this would actually make this a little bit better. But I would just say, just bring back the auto claim feature. It had no reason for it to be removed, and in my opinion, this is just a massive downgrade from what we had previously. Again, as I just said plenty of times throughout this video, this sounds like something that they would pull in chapter 5. This is a change that they would do in chapter 5 that would just piss off people. But no, they did it in chapter 6, a chapter that's actually been pretty damn good so far and really hasn't had a ton of issues. Don't get me wrong, it's had its issues, but not as many controversial ones, and especially with cosmetics. This is one that does affect the cosmetic grind that is a huge negative, and is again another pointless change that Epic does. It's just so ridiculous. Like, I know it sounds like I'm making this as a big deal, but I'm being upfront with you all here. Epic, please stop making these terrible ideas and just pushing them out to live servers without playtesting them, without giving out a little bit of extra feedback on like, hey, would you guys be interested in seeing this feature? Because this was technically in the game to begin with, because you can turn off the auto claim and have this pretty much this system that we have right now. It is utterly ridiculous that you remove something that was a quality of life change just for absolutely no reason. And that's the worst part. We have no reasoning, as I've said plenty of times throughout this video, to why this was removed. And again, Epic, please bring this back. It had no reason for it to be removed, and this was such an absolute L from Epic Games. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed. If you did happen to enjoy this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to check out my Twitter, AKMX account, and also don't forget to use my support code within the Fortnite item shop. That's Minnow5 as MINO5. Please and thank you. Thank you all so much for watching. I love every single one of you. Remember, everyone, it's always good to take chances.